Hi, I'm Zac Djellab and welcome to the Best 11. And with the Carabao Cup final fast approaching, we've got a Manchester United fan and a Newcastle United fan joining us to discuss the big game. Adam, McKola, Kendall, Rowan, how are you guys doing?
Buzzing, can't wait for the final. It's been too long.
And Kendall, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. This is like foreign territory to me. I'm not used to this, so yeah, really looking forward to it.
But without further ado, let's kick it off in goal. And I think we're going to get heated straight away, to be honest. David De Gea versus Nick Pope. Who wants to take the floor? Kendall, Nick Pope?
I honestly thought that was going to be easier. I thought that was going to be one of the easiest positions.
I think this is one of the easier ones.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I really did think. I think Nick Pope's probably been one of the best keepers, if not the best in the league this season. So obviously I know it's Carabao Cup vibes. We had a little bit of a shootout earlier in the Carabao Cup and he was fantastic. So yeah, I thought Nick Pope was a shoe-in for me, yeah.
When I did the 11, I was thinking Nick Pope's gonna get ahead of David De Gea. Yeah, Nick Pope deserves it. He'd probably be like Kendall said in the team of the season for the league as well. So yeah, I'd go with Nick Pope.
Okay, well that surprised me considering David De Gea's only
if I give a little bit of leeway early, I get a bit back in the end.
Yeah.
Okay then, let's move on to left back. Luke Shaw versus Dan Burn. So McKola, give me your pitch for Luke Shaw.
I just think Luke Shaw is playing some of the best football of his life at the minute.
Luke Shaw seems like he's in the best form of his life. Dan Burn seems like he's in the best form of his life as well.
Yeah, best defence in the Premier League at the moment this season. He hasn't really put a foot wrong in the league or in the cup, and obviously he sent us through to the semis as well. So
yeah,
great goal, great dance, even great dance moves.
Dance moves.
I do think Luke Shaw in general is probably the better player, like on paper, but just for what Dan Burn's done and since we signed for Newcastle, I think I would definitely 100% have him in there.
Okay, so is this coming to me to make the decision?
You got to go with the natural fullback, right?
Okay, now previously when we've done this, I've spoken about how in my football, I want attacking fullbacks. I want them bombing down the wing. And whilst I love Dan Burn for his height, I think he's an incredible player and an even better dancer. I think I'm going to have to go with Luke Shaw on this one. I'm sorry, Dan Burn. We move on to the centre-backs now, and I think this could be really interesting because you mentioned earlier about how Newcastle have the best defence at the moment.
Yep.
And so we've got to pick two out of Lisandro Martinez, Victor Lindelof, Sven Botman and Fabian Schär. Newcastle United, please go ahead.
No, I'm actually going to be fair because I do think that Lisandro Martinez has been really fantastic this season. I would obviously love to have Schär and Botman in there, don't get me wrong, I really would. But I am happy to go one of each here. I think I'm all right with that.
I was the same as Kendall, I went with one of each because I think Sven Botman's been unreal this season. And I think you look at Newcastle's defence, domestically one of the best, if not the best. So you have to go with Sven Botman. I'd go with the Butcher, I'd go with the Argentinian. Martinez and Botman, I think, is fair.
It's hard to say no to a World Cup winner, isn't it?
I can't believe I'm arguing the Man United fan over a combined 11 and I'm actually getting players in. I feel like, whoa, I'm in a bit of a premature alternate universe here.
We've done well so far, two of each. We've got two Newcastle players and two United players, but we move on to right back. Obviously here, we've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka versus Kieran Trippier.
It's pointless arguing against Trippier here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like Trippier at the moment could be the best right back in England.
100%. I can't that's not even a bias, he's just genuinely
could argue Europe, possibly.
He's genuinely been one of the best, 100% one of the best fullbacks in Europe.
3 assists in 6 Carabao Cup appearances isn't too bad. Kieran Trippier is going into our right back slot. 3 Newcastle United players, 2 Manchester United players.
It's going to change soon. We're going to sort that out.
I think this is where it's going to start getting a little bit iffy.
So moving on to the midfield now, and we've got to pick between Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro and Fred. Obviously, Christian Eriksen has had a great season, but he's injured at the moment, so won't be able to make it, unfortunately, for himself. And Newcastle United players being Bruno Guimaraes, Sean Longstaff and Joe Willock. Now, I think you're right. This is where things could get very interesting. We're playing a 4-3-3. So I feel like we need to maybe start with the kind of defensive midfield first. Casemiro,
It's a tap-in for
Fred.
Casemiro, surely, isn't it? Don't say Fred, whatever you're going to do. I'm mad enough to say Fred. Like, Casemiro's a tap-in for this. He's a leader as well.
In terms of players that have obviously been in finals, he's won 5 Champions Leagues. So he knows about playing in finals.
Light work for him, so yeah, I think Casemiro has to be like one of the first names on this team sheet. I think Trippier is one of them as well, where you go, you don't have competition for his spot.
Okay.
I think Casemiro's the same.
Okay, well, let's talk about Bruno Guimaraes then, who's appeared in all of Newcastle's Carabao Cup games. If we're saying that Casemiro is going straight into the side, feels like Bruno Guimaraes should also be doing so.
Every game I watch him, he controls the midfield. I don't think, again, like Trippier, I don't think I've seen Bruno have a bad game, honestly. He's still really young, and I just hope we have so many more years of him. Him and his dad love Newcastle, and he's done loads of interviews saying he's a Geordie now, so I'm just hoping that that keeps him on our side. But yeah, got to be Bruno and Casemiro. I'm happy with that. I think it'll be the third spot that
That causes
you
got to go Bruno squared in the middle, right?
I want to hear
Bruno Guimaraes and Bruno
Guimaraes.
One of the things he does, which I wish some of our midfielders could do when Casemiro and Eriksen aren't in the team, is he looks after the football. You know, he treats it like it's his friend. Some of our players treat the ball like it owes them money sometimes. And it's like, you know, just look after it. And I think he does that so many times, keeps possession, keeps them moving, ticking over. He's a quality player.
Okay then, Bruno Guimaraes and Casemiro are in the midfield. There's one position left. Adam, feel like you've been holding it in. Bruno squared.
Yeah, Bruno, man. Bruno deserves a lot more respect than he gets, I think. He's relentless. I think he deserves a lot of credit, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's a future United captain.
Wow, I mean, 2 goals, 1 assist already in the competition this season. You mentioned it, his goal, or his assist anyway, against Nottingham Forest was a peach, to say the least. Okay, I'm gonna have to go Bruno squared. Okay, so we're starting with the wingers, and we're picking between Anthony, Marcus Rashford, Joelinton, and Miguel Almiron. I mean, what a season he is having. Let's kick it off with Almiron, because I, for one, did not expect this from him.
all you need now, if a player's performing badly, go and tell Jack Grealish to slag them off. That's all you need to do. Just go and tell Jack Grealish to insult them, and they'll just have a lovely 9-goal a game.
Say
It's
we'll never win the
fantastic.
league, Jack, please.
Yeah. Say, please, Jack, can you just say Almiron will never lift that Carabao Cup? And then 2 weeks' time. But yeah, Almiron, again, he's added goals to his game now. I mean, he's got more goals this season than he's had in the previous, I think, 110 appearances or whatever for Newcastle United. So that just shows you how much improvement he's made.
And the quality of his
this
goals has
season.
been amazing as well.
Yeah.
He's obviously a player that plays at 100 miles per hour, so you can see him like kind of getting scruffy goals, but some of the quality of his goals, dropping the shoulder, finishing them.
He was having like a goal of the goal of the month competition with
Every
himself
week,
every month.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
there
it
as
was
well.
crazy.
Yeah, he's been very good this
I mean,
season.
he's also got 4 assists as well in this competition, so he's doing the creative side very well too. Okay, Almiron is on the right. Let's go to the left side.
I'm quite happy to concede that to Rashford, who I think has been exceptional this season.
Maybe even the player of the tournament. He's currently the top goal scorer of the Carabao Cup. He's
Might
got
be the best
5
player in
goals.
Europe at the moment.
Quite
On form.
possibly. 5 goals and 2 assists in the competition.
The difference in goals is scoring headers, he's scoring dribbles, he's scoring tap-ins in the 6-yard box. He's got everything in his locker at the moment. It's just a joy to see though as well, because you've seen him going through a hard time off the pitch and on the pitch. And to be able to kind of get all that out of his system, and I'm hoping the same thing happens to Jadon Sancho as well. But yeah, Marcus Rashford, I think left-hand side of Premier League team of the season, Carabao Cup team of the season. This team, I think, yeah, Marcus Rashford all day.
On to
20
the left.
goals this season.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Well done, Marcus, if you're watching.
Of course he is.
Hi, Marcus. Do you want to try a different United?
Okay, well, let's move on to the striker now, because I think this is a very interesting conversation about Weghorst versus Callum Wilson. Now, Callum Wilson hasn't actually scored in the Carabao Cup since September 2018.
Right.
But should he be
Right.
in our team?
That Weghorst has, by the way.
Yeah, see, if you want to base it on the cup, fine, Wout Weghorst, get him in. He's been so vital for us over the last few years since we signed him. I think he's a really, really good number 9. It's just injuries have hampered him.
If I could pick Callum Wilson or Isaac, I'd have them both over Weghorst.
Okay.
If Martial was fit, he starts in this team all day. Yeah, Callum Wilson.
Wilson.
I do think Callum Wilson's a better player. I think in terms of striker, he's a better number 9.
Okay, Callum Wilson is going in up top, and that completes.
Well, let me add,
our-
if Marshall was fit, Marshall starts, all right?
Okay, but
Yeah, we just
He's
still-
a hell of them all.
We're all in agreement, yeah?
but he's not.
Yeah,
So
but
it doesn't matter. Let us know what you guys think of that team in the comments as well. Guys, thank you so much. Manchester United and Newcastle United take each other on in the Carabao Cup final on February the 26th. Make sure you guys are tuned in to watch that and see who gets their hands on the famous trophy. I've been Zac Djellab. This has been the Best 11 brought to you by the Carabao Cup.